السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله، صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, today it is Wednesday, the 24th of Jumada al-Ula, 1443. This matches the 29th of December 2021. And we are at Manzilat at-Tadhakkur. We are done with Manzilat al-Inaba, and now we go into Manzilat at-Tadhakkur, the station of remembering. This is our 38th session doing this book. This is our first session about at-Tadhakkur, or remembering. I remind you that this book, Elixir, is the summary, the Digest of Madaarij, as-Salikeen, that it is found on audio. You can listen to it. All of these sessions that we are doing is found on audio in Arabic, so you can listen to it. We are reading the Arabic and doing the English after. So it is a very good tool for those who are willing or trying or putting an effort to learn the Arabic, or already know some Arabic and they are trying to get into the habit of reading directly from the Arabic books. So you can listen to all of these sessions. Also, the book is available online. I put a link to it in the very beginning of our classes. Also, there is a translation of part of the book Madaarij as-Salikeen, the original one. 2 volumes have been produced already, and we are awaiting for the rest. And these 2 volumes are already on the archives. You can Google it, Madaarij as-Salikeen English, and it will show up, inshallah. And it's a good translation. It's translating the original, which is a lengthy project. But alhamdulillah, mashallah. And they put I like that they put the Arabic and the English together. So you will find the Arabic and you will find the English, right? One page Arabic, the next page English. Actually, they did flip it, the English first, then the Arabic, the way they put it. So is a good tool to refer to if you are interested in reading the original. Although I think it's a very lengthy and very deep, and he's translating everything. What we are doing is really a digest, and the more I read into the book, I see the good effort that the authors of this digest have done. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward them. They provided for us a tool to benefit from the book without going through the long discussions and the side points that are not the core subject, or the core or the main points relating to the actions of the heart, right? A'mal al-qulub. So alhamdulillah, we are going on, inshallah. So manzilat at-tadhakkur, he says, ثم ينزل القلب منزلة التذكر. Then the heart will go down, board off the plane or the train, while walking, while traveling, traversing the path to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The heart will come down to the station of remembering. وَهُوَ قَرِينُ الْإِنَابَةِ. Remembering, I did not use remembrance because I want to use it later on for dhikr, right? So I'm using remembering because that's what he means here, to remember things, right? Not like remembrance mentioning Allah and subhanallah, alhamdulillah, not that. That will come later on. Manzilatul dhikr, that one. So this one is at-tadhakkur, to remember, right? He says, qarinul inaba. This is the remembering, is the companion of returning to Allah, right? Al-inaba. قال تعالى, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Surah Ghafir, ayah number 13, وَمَا يَتَذَكَّرُ إِلَّا مَنْ يُنِيبُ. No one remembers except the one who returns to Allah. وَهُوَ مِنْ خَوَاصِ أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. this quality of remembering is one of the special characteristics of the people of understanding, those who possess wisdom and understanding. Albab. Albab is the plural of lub. Lub is the intellect, the mind, the core of a thing. Is called lub. So ذوي الألباب, those who have wisdom, those who have understanding, those who have intellect. كما قال تعالى, so this quality of remembering is special to the people of understanding. As Allah Ta'ala said, Surah Al-Ra'd, ayah number 19. Surah Al-Ra'd 19. أفمن يعلم أنما أنزل إليك من ربك هو الحق من ربك الحق كمن هو أعمى. Is he who knows that what has been sent down to you from your Lord is the truth? Is he like the one who is blind? Allah said, إنما يتذكر أولو الألباب. There only remembers the people of understanding. Only the people who have understanding, they will remember this point. والتذكر والتفكر منزلان يثمران أنواع المعارف. تذكر, remembering, and تفكر. تفكر is reflection, contemplation. Right? تذكر is to put an effort to remember. Tafakkur is to put an effort to reflect and contemplate. Right? Those two, tadhakkur and tafakkur, manzilan, they are two stations, yuthmirani anwa' al-ma'arif. They produce the fruits of all kinds of knowledge, all kinds of branches. They give you a variety of pieces of information, variety of branches of knowledge. وحقائق الإيمان والإحسان. تذكر and تفكر, remembering and contemplating, they will also produce the realities of faith and ihsan, being in the most perfect way, right? Attaining perfection in all of what you do. فالعارف لا يزال يعود بتفكره على تذكره. Al-Arif, the word Arif here, they use it for the one who has knowledge and he's employing that knowledge. You know, he's acting upon it. He's not just having information. He has the information, but he fears Allah and he practices what he knows, right? So he says, Al-Arif لا يزال يعود بتفكره على تذكره وبتذكره على تفكره. He continues to come back with his reflection and contemplation. He comes back to remembering. And he will continue to come back with him remembering. He will go back again to contemplating. حتى يفتح قفل قلبه بإذن الفتاح العليم. Up until the lock of his heart will be opened, will be unlocked by the leave, by the permission of Al-Fattah, the opener, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Alim, the all knowledgeable. So, tadhakkur and tafakkur, reflecting and remembering. You reflect, it leads you to remember. You remember, it leads you to reflect even more, and like this. And he mentions a statement by one of the scholars of At-Tabi'een, Al-Hasan Al-Basri. قال الحسن البصري رحمه الله: ما زال أهل العلم يعودون بالتذكر على التفكر وبالتفكر على التذكر. The people of knowledge, they continue to go back, to revert with remembering to contemplating, and with contemplating to remembering. ويناطقون القلوب حتى نطقت. And they incite the hearts to speak up until they speak, right? Yani they make their hearts now talk by remembering and contemplating, and back again, back and forth between remembering and contemplating. فمنزلة التذكر من التفكر منزلة حصول الشيء المطلوب بعد التفتيش عليه. He says this status of remembering, when you as it relates to contemplating, it's like achieving the required thing, something that you are requesting. When you achieve it, you find it after you are searching for it. So ولهذا كانت آيات الله المتلوة والمشهودة ذكرى. This is why the verses of Allah, or ayat, the signs of Allah, the signs of Allah that are recited and that are witnessed. The signs of Allah that are recited, they are the Quran. The signs of Allah that are witnessed, the creation around you, the sun, the moon, the sky, you, me, him, them, everything, the animals, the plants, everything that Allah created is a sign from His signs, subhanahu wa ta'ala, proving His unification, tawheed, Allah Azza wa Jal. So Allah has signs that are recited, the Quran, the revelation, signs that are witnessed, what you see around you of the creation. He said, this is why the signs of Allah that are recited and that are witnessed, they are dhikra, they serve to remind, they make you remember, right? كما قال في المتلوة, as he said regarding his signs that are recited, Surah Ghafir 53 to 54, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْهُدَى, surely we have given Musa the guidance, وَأَوْرَثْنَا بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ الْكِتَابِ, and we made the children of Israel inherit the book, هُدًى وَذِكْرًا, as guidance and a reminder for them to remember. لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ, for the people of understanding. وقال تعالى في آياته المشهودة, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said regarding His signs that are witnessed. So the previous verse is about the book, that it is a remembrance for the children of Israel, right? The people of understanding from them. And he said about the witnessed signs, وَكَمْ أَهْلَكْنَا قَبْلَهُمْ مِنْ قَرْنٍ هُمْ أَشَدُّ مِنْهُمْ بَطْشًا, how many have we destroyed before them of generations? They used to be actually far much stronger than them. فَنَقَّبُوا فِي الْبِلَادِ هَلْ مِنْ مَحِيصٍ, so they searched within the lands, is there an escape? Those whom Allah, the people whom Allah have tormented and punished, they were so strong. But when the punishment of Allah came, they look here, there is no escape from the punishment of Allah. So that was what happened to the people before them, who were far much stronger, right? Who's gonna be even compared to nowadays, yani, people of Ad and Thamud, yani, who can have the powers that they used to have, right? فَنَقَّبُوا فِي الْبِلَادِ هَلْ مِنْ مَحِيصٍ, they searched within the lands, there was no escape. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَذِكْرًا, surely in this there is a reminder, making you remember, right? لِمَنْ كَانَ لَهُ قَلْبٍ, for the one who has a heart, أَوْ أَلْقَى السَّمْعَ, or paid attention to listen, وَهُوَ شَهِيد, while he is present, and he has a present heart, right? Surah Qaf 36 to 37. Once again, Tadhakkur from Tafakkur, right? Remembering as opposed to reflection is like finding something after you search for it, right? So after you reflect, after you contemplate, you remember. This is how the relation between them, right? You remember. After you contemplate, you remember. So remembering is the end goal. You want to remember by contemplating, right? And this is now the verses of Allah, or the signs here, the signs of Allah, whether recited or witnessed, they are supposed to, if you reflect, they will lead you to remember. Hmm? وَالنَّاسُ ثَلَاثَةٌ. The people are of three types. رَجُلٌ قَلْبُهُ مَيِّتٌ. A man whose heart is dead. فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي لَا قَلْبَ لَهُ. That is the one who has no heart. فهذا ليست هذه الآية ذكرى في حقه. This person, this ayah, this verse, this sign from Allah, from Surah Qaf he's talking about, إن في ذلك لذكرى. Surely in this there is, in this what was mentioned of the recited verse before it, right? It should make you remember. So he says this ayah is not a remembrance, is not going to serve to make him remember, right? In his regard, في حقه, is not gonna serve to make him remember. الثاني رجل له قلب. The second person is a man who has a heart. حي مستعد. The heart is alive and the heart is ready. He has the readiness. لكنه غير مستمع للآيات المتلوة. But he is not listening to the verses being recited. التي يخبر بها الله عن الآيات المشهودة. Which Allah informs with them, with these verses, recited verses, Allah informs about them, about the signs that are witnessed. Right? Allah is telling us about the early nations, how He destroyed them, and they found no way to run away, no running away from Allah. And He said, this should be a reminder. Right? This should be a reminder. So the ayah is a recited ayah, and it is mentioning to you, reporting to you something that is witnessed. Look, some of the signs of those people that were destroyed are still nowadays. They're still here, and some people visit them as athar. They go for tourism in those places, right? Places where Allah tormented and punished these people. Some in Jordan, some in what we call Arabia now, Saudi. Right? Still, there are still things there for the people to see. Right? So this person, he has a ready, a live heart, right? But is not listening to the verses, which is reporting about the witnessed signs. إما لعدم ورودها, either because they haven't come to him, those signs, those verses, they did not come to him, or أو لوصولها إليه ولكن قلبه مشغول عنها بغيرها. But they reached him, those verses, they reached him, but his heart is busied away from them with other than them. فهو غائب القلب. So he is absent-hearted. His heart is absent. ليس حاضرا, is not present. His heart is not present. فهذا أيضا لا تحصل له الذكرى. So this one also, the remembrance, the reminder for him to remember is not going to be achieved. He's not going to remember. مع استعداده ووجود قلبه. Although he has readiness and his heart is there. Right? So this one also is not going to benefit. The first one is a dead heart. Second one is live and ready, but he's not listening. So he doesn't benefit. والثالث, the third, رجل حي القلب مستعد. A man who has a living heart, a live heart, who is ready. تليت عليه الآيات. The signs, the verses of Allah, those recited signs are recited to him. فأصغى بسمعه. So he listened with his hearing faculty. وأحضر قلبه, and he made his heart also attentive and present. ولم يشغله بغير فهم ما يسمعه. He did not busy his heart with other than understanding what he's listening to, the ayat that he's listening to. فهو شاهد القلب, so his heart is witnessing, and ملقٍ السمع, he's paying attention, he's listening, he's all ears, right, listening to what's happening, what is being recited to him. فهذا القسم هو الذي ينتفع بالآيات المتلوة والمشهودة. This category of people is the one that benefits with the verses that are recited, or the signs that are recited, and the signs that are witnessed. فالأول بمنزلة الأعمى الذي لا يبصر. The first one, he has the status of the blind person who cannot see, the dead one, the dead heart, the one with the dead heart. He's like a blind person, he does not see. والثاني بمنزلة البصير, he is like the person who can see, who sees. الطامح ببصره إلى غير جهة المنظور إليه, but he is directing his eyesight to other than the direction of what he's supposed to be looking at. فكلاهما لا يراه. So both of them, they don't see it. They don't see it. They don't see what they're supposed to see. The first one is blind. The second one he can see, but he's looking another direction. والثالث, the third one, بمنزلة البصير الذي قد حدق إلى جهة المنظور إليه. The third one, he has the status of the one who can see, the seeing person, the one who is gazing, حدق, the one who is gazing at the direction of the thing that he is looking at, جهة المنظور إليه. وأتبعه بصره, he follows and pursues that object with his eyesight, the object that he wants to see. وقابله على توسط من البعد والقرب, he is facing the object and he is in a middle course, on a middle distance, not too far and not too close, so he can see the object clearly. فهذا هو الذي يرى, so this one is the one who can see it. فسبحان من جعل كلامه شفاء لما في الصدور. All glory be to the one who made his words a healing for that which is within the chests. So only the third one, who is has a live heart, he's ready, and he is also paying attention, and he is focusing on what is being recited. This is the one who will have the remembering achieved. وسائل اكتساب ثمرة التفكر, and here is the means of achieving the fruits behind contemplating. He says, and he is quoting here, they quoted the statement of Al-Harawi rahimahullah. Al-Harawi rahimahullah, right? Harawi, Harat, right? is a reference to that city, by the way, right? Al-Harawi, a great imam from the scholars of the past, he is the one who authored the text that is called Manazil al-Sa'irin, the stations of those who are treading the path, the travelers, right? Which Al-Imam al-Qayyim is explaining that book by Madaarij as-Salikeen. He is explaining what Al-Harawi said. So these are now the statement here is from the original words of Al-Harawi, and the explanation will come after. And the explanation, it's the words of Al-Harawi is 2 lines, but he will take like few pages explaining them. Okay, so let's see what Al-Harawi is saying. He says, وإنما تجتنى ثمرة الفكرة بثلاثة أشياء. The fruits of contemplation, they will be picked, they will be harvested by 3 things. So you will only achieve benefit from contemplation and reflecting, right? You will achieve them by three things. بقصر الأمل, by having short يعني hopes in life. يعني قصر الأمل, you don't hope to live 100 years and 20 years and 50 years, and your hopes are يعني short, right? You don't expect, oh, I'm going to live يعني for so long. قصر الأمل, your hopes are short, right? Not extended. والتأمل, that's one. والتأمل في القرآن, and examining the Quran, right? Deeply examining the Quran. This is the second one, to achieve the fruits from contemplation, reflecting. The first one, you have يعني short يعني low expectations regarding long living, right? You expect to live a short, very short, right? If you wake up in the morning, you don't expect to stay to the next day, right? And second is deeply examining the Quran. That's how you, second way of achieving the fruits from contemplation. And the third is a few things here, five things, that he calls them mufsidat al-qalb, the things that will corrupt the heart, right? But all of them are together. You have to have little of that. قلة الخلطة, you have to have little mingling with the people. والتمني, little dreaming, right? تمني here, hoping and dreaming, right? والتعلق بغير الله, attachment to other than Allah. والشبع, and to have a full tummy from food and drinks. And المنام, sleeping, right? يعني in order to achieve the fruit from contemplation, you have to cut down on mingling with people, dreaming about having things in life, and cut down on attachment to other than Allah, cut down on filling up your stomach with food and drinks, and cut down on sleeping, right? So these are the things that will make you benefit from reflecting and contemplating. فأما قصر الأمل, as for you have short hopes, right? يعني you don't, once again think you are going to live for so long. فهو العلم بقرب الرحيل. What he means by short hopes here, he explains it. فهو العلم بقرب الرحيل. It is for you to know that your departure is so close, your departure from this worldly life. وسرعة انقضاء مدة الحياة, and how quick the life will finish and elapse. وهو من أنفع الأمور للقلب, and it is from the most beneficial things to the heart. يعني the heart is the one who's doing the contemplation, right? So after you do the contemplation, you remember, right? So he's telling us here now how to achieve the fruits of the contemplation, يعني how to end up at remembering, right? So the first one is, you know that you are soon going to depart from this life. He says this is from the most beneficial things for the heart. فإنه يبعثه على مغافصة الأيام. It will incite the heart to basically wrestle and compete with the days. You want to outperform the days. Days are passing. So you want to do more, right? Because you feel you're soon going to depart. So you have to, you know, do this. We have mughafasa and mu'afasa. Afasa mu'afasatan. This is you fight, right? Sara musa, you wrestle and you fight, right? And غافصة مغافصة is when you attack suddenly. So he says معافصة or مغافصة الأيام. يعني you're trying, working hard, trying to beat the days, right? Your days are going to go fast, so you're racing with your days in this life, right? You're racing with your days in this life. Subhanallah, there is one of the students of knowledge who just passed away last week, rahimahullah. And this one, mashallah, yani, he did so much work on the internet. So many files, so many books, so many things that we are benefiting. I've been benefiting from some of them for years now. And I didn't even know him nor his name. Right? Mashallah, yani. He had a team and he was working hard to do all of this stuff on the internet. So many books, so many, يعني سبحان الله العظيم يعني. This الباحث القرآني, the books الباحث العلمي, يعني it's يعني so many websites, so many, and it's on Telegram, on Twitter, on this, on that, right? Subhanallah العظيم. I didn't even first time I hear his name, and he just all of a sudden he got sick, days and he's gone, rahimahullah. And they put an advice from him, rahimahullah. He was saying, subhanallah, although all of this achievement, yani, he was a military guy before. He left the military after he left it, and then he just dedicated his life to serving the people of knowledge. He put thousands and thousands of manuscripts are found through him. Yani. He just puts more and more, other than the books, other than the so much good. And he was saying, it was very said I regret for the days I have, you know. And after all of this achievement that we even many people are benefiting from him, they don't even know his name. And he says, the only thing I regret is not, مغافصة الأيام. He wants us to wrestle and compete with our days and nights. And he says he feels, regretful and sorry that many days. Don't delay, he says. Don't delay your projects. Just go ahead and do them. And they were describing him. He would pray Isha and he stays till Fajr, except, for little sleep and maybe night prayer and like that. Otherwise, he's working on his projects. And he still feels that he left not fulfilling his goals. That was one of his advices, rahimahullah. I just try to compete with the time, the إن الليل والنهار يعملان فيك فاعمل فيهما. As the scholars of the past said, the days and nights, they work in you, they work on you, they are taking away from you. Every day they are taking a piece from your life. So work in them, right? مغافصة الأيام. How you do this is to always remember, my life is short, right? And I'm gonna go. Departure is so soon. I might not live till tomorrow, right? That's how this the feeling that will benefit the heart. وانتهاز الفرص التي تمر مر السحاب. Seizing opportunities that will pass exactly like the clouds pass in the sky. Slowly but surely, right? And sometimes very quickly, actually. ومبادرة طي صحائف الأعمال. Right? He says it will help you to beat and surpass the folding of the books of your deeds, right? If you compete with time, then you will beat the time when the books are closed. Your books of your good deeds is gone because you departed. ويثير ساكن عزماته إلى دار البقاء. It will entice the intentions and the determinations within him that are idle, right? His hopes that are idle, that stand still. إلى دار البقاء, to the home of perpetuality. Right? When you always, the next life is in your mind and you might be dying soon, right? Then this will entice your love for the next everlasting life. ويحثه على قضاء جهاز سفره. It will also encourage him to fulfill all the preparations, jihaz, all the preparations that you need for your travel to the next life. If you think that you're going to live very short, maybe you don't live until tomorrow, then you will prepare yourself for your travel. Right? وتدارك الفارط. It will also encourage him to catch up with what he missed on, what has passed. الفارط. الفارط is what has gone. Right? ويزهده في الدنيا ويرغبه في الآخرة. This feeling that I'm departure so soon, it will make him ascetic, disinterested in the worldly life, and it will also encourage him, it will have him long for the next life. فيقوم بقلبه إذا داوم مطالعة قصر الأمل شاهد من شواهد اليقين. So what will happen now if he says, if he continuously is looking at how short his life is going to be and how he is going to depart soon, this will make in his heart the shahid, the evidence of yaqeen, of certainty. Right? And his certainty will stand as, and he will see it as a witness, right there in his heart, right? Will give him certainty. يريه فناء الدنيا. It will make him see that the dunya, the worldly life, is just vanishing. وسرعة انقضائها, and that how fast and quickly it will elapse. وقلة ما بقي منها, and that what is left of it is very little. وأنها قد ترحلت مدبرة, and that the worldly life has prepared itself, taking a journey to go away, to depart. ولم يبق منها إلا صبابة كصبابة الإناء يتصابها صاحبها. Nothing is left of it except of a remnant in the cup, in the vessel, like the little, you're drinking juice or whatever and a very little left of it, and you are sipping it. The one who's drinking from that cup is just sipping the remainder of the drink he's drinking. وأنها لم يبق منها إلا كما بقي من يوم صارت شمسه على رؤوس الجبال, and that nothing is left of the worldly life except that which has been left from a day which the sun of it has become on the top of the mountains, right? When the sun is at the very end and at the top of the mountains, that's it. That's what's left of the day. This is how he will see what is left of this life. ويريه بقاء الآخرة ودوامها. This witness of certainty, right, that will be established in his heart, يقوم بقلبه, it will be established in his heart. It will make him see how the next life is everlasting and is continuous. بقاء الآخرة ودوامها. وأنها قد ترحلت مقبلة. And in fact, that the next life has started a journey coming towards you. Like this worldly life has started a journey leaving you, the next life has started a journey coming towards you. وقد جاء أشراطها وأعلامها. And actually, its signs and its major signs have come already, the signs of the last hour. وأنه من لقائها, and that he, in terms of facing and meeting with the next life, كمسافر خرج صاحب له يتلقاه. He resembles a traveler whom his friend came to him to receive him. فكل منهما يسير إلى الآخر. Each one of them is walking towards the other. فيوشك أن يلتقيا سريعا. So they are about to meet very quickly. You know, someone is coming to the airport and you are going to receive him. You are going towards him, he's coming towards you. And then until you meet in the airport, very quickly you pick him up and you're gone. This is how you, in terms of meeting the akhirah. When you are in continuous contemplation that life is short, I'm gonna die, departure is soon, right? From this worldly life, this is what will happen within your heart. ويكفي في قصر الأمل قوله تعالى. It is sufficient regarding this thinking about how short your life is, having short hopes in extended living, right? Enough is the statement of Allah Ta'ala, أَفَرَأَيْتَ إِن مَتَّعْنَاهُمْ سِنِينَ. Tell me if we let them enjoy for years. ثُمَّ جَاءَهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يُوعَدُونَ. Then there has come to them that which they used to be promised. مَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يُمَتَّعُونَ. What they are enjoying will not avail them in any way, will not help them in any way. Right? Surah Ash-Shu'ara 205 to 207. وقوله تعالى وَيَوْمَ يَحْشُرُهُمْ. And on that day when he gathers them together, كَأَنْ لَمْ يَلْبَثُوا إِلَّا سَاعَةً مِّن نَهَارٍ. It's as if they haven't stayed in this worldly life, that is, except a period, a time period of a day. يَتَعَارَفُونَ بَيْنَهُمْ. Recognizing one another. Right? It's as if that's all the life they spent. Right? It's just part of a day. Surah Yunus, ayah 45. وخطب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يوما. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم gave a speech one day. أصحابه. He gave an address to his companions. والشمس على رؤوس الجبال. When the sun was on the top of the mountains. فقال, so he said, إنه لم يبق من الدنيا فيما مضى منها إلا كما بقي من يومكم هذا فيما مضى منه. He said to them, عليه الصلاة والسلام, nothing left of this worldly life compared to what has passed and elapsed of it, except like what has remained of this day of yours compared to what has passed and elapsed of it. It was the end of the day and the sun is on the top of the mountains. Khalas, it's sunset. He said, you know, what has passed, what is left of your life compared, what is left of the worldly life compared to what has passed is like what you see now, what is left of your day compared to what has passed. All day is gone, only few minutes to sunset. That's what is left from the worldly life compared to what has passed. He himself, alayhi salatu wassalam, is one of the signs of the hour. He himself, alayhi salatu wassalam, بُعِثْتُ وَالسَّاعَةَ كَهَاتَيْنِ. I was sent with the hour like this, he says. Right? So, he came, he is the last prophet. And that's it. After him, one of the signs of the hour is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam coming, becoming a messenger, alayhi salatu wassalam. وقصر الأمل بناؤه على أمرين. قصر الأمل بناؤه على أمرين. For one to have short hopes, right? To not have extended, hopes and living long, but rather to have short hopes in living. بناؤه على أمرين is based upon two matters. تيقن زوال الدنيا ومفارقتها. تيقن زوال الدنيا ومفارقتها. For one to be certain to be sure that the worldly life is vanishing and that he will be departing from it. وتيقن لقاء الآخرة وبقائها ودوامها, and also having the certainty of facing and meeting with the next life, and the fact that it will remain and stay perpetually. He said, ثم يقايس بين الأمرين ويؤثر أولاهما بالإيثار. Then he will strike a comparison, an analogy between the two, and he should prefer what has more right to be preferred. Right? So, certainty that life is vanishing and that you are departing, that's one point. Certainty that the next life is going to be forever. You compare between the two and choose and prefer the one that is worthy, more worthy of preferring and choosing. Now, within his words, he was quoting, he was not quoting, but he was using words that are famous. And I think one of them, as I mentioned to you before, Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, who was one of the most eloquent people in terms of making statements. Amir al-Mu'mineen radiallahu anhu wa ardahu fil Jannah. He says that the Akhirah has started a journey coming towards you. And this worldly life has started and initiated a journey departing away from you. And each of the two has children. There are children of the worldly life, there are children of the next life. Meaning people of this worldly life, people of the next life. لِكُلٍّ مِّنْهُمَا بَنُونَ. Each one of them has children. So be from the children of the Akhirah and do not be from the children of this worldly life. كونوا من أبناء الآخرة ولا تكونوا من أبناء الدنيا. This is in Bukhari. But the statement of Amir al-Mu'mineen himself, not a hadith, but a statement of his. So he included it here in his words, and he included the hadith in his words, and then he mentioned it after that the as if the day is gone and nothing left of it is just few minutes to sunset. The sun is on the top of the mountains. Khalas, it's gone, right? And that's what is left of the worldly life compared to what has gone, right? It's like all day is gone, only 5 minutes to sunset. That's it. That's how it is compared. So this is now, we will stop here. This is the first means helping us to achieve the fruit of contemplation, right? The first way is always have on your mind that you are soon departing. Just like Rasulullah ﷺ said, كن في الدنيا كأنك غريب أو عابر سبيل. Be in this worldly life as if you are a stranger, right? Or a wayfarer, someone who's passing by. So this is a famous narration, but then there is an addition in the Sunan. It says, وَعُدَّ نَفْسَكَ مِنَ الْمَوْتَى, and count yourself amongst the dead. Count yourself amongst the dead, right? So he says the one who is always thinking like that, he will benefit from his contemplation. He will benefit from reflecting, right? That's the first means. And tomorrow he will go on with at-Ta'ammul fil Quran, examining the Quran. And after that, he will go through the 5 things that will corrupt the heart. So we should stay away from that in order for our heart to be alive and ready to achieve the fruit of reflection and contemplating. Right? And Allah knows best. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.